This is Majo John Madden in my camper van at 4 in the morning. Now the light just came on with the video, so I could give a visual of me, although it's going to be absolutely blinding, and I'm not going to keep it there for long. A central premise of my How to Be Happy program is facing the truth, taking a good, clear look at what's true and being willing to say it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I just had a pretty disturbing realization about the truth of my 3 months last summer stalled out in El Diamante, tiny little 400-person pueblo, in the clutches of a mechanic in that little pueblo who came very highly recommended by my friends at the restaurant, who said he was very skilled. And I always accepted that verdict, that he was a very skilled mechanic, even though he had so little success repairing my car. And I accepted the kind of prevailing notion that he kept discovering that there were deeper problems in the car. I ended up very, very upset with his services because of his business practices. At the very end, after I'd already paid him many thousand pesos to work on the car, when he gave up the ghost and said he had to buy me a total new replacement motor, which was extraordinarily expensive, I accepted the idea, and so the terrible business practices at the end was that even though he was going to do that for me, he kept putting me off and taking emergency repairs all over the region. And for a solid 2 weeks, I sat there unable to do anything because he kept breaking agreement after agreement and not even telling me he was breaking it, just not showing up. And then finally, when I said, I don't keep good records myself, it's my bad, I need you to tell me how much money I've dropped with you. And he kept not doing that, and what I finally realized had to be the truth was that he didn't keep records himself. He had no idea how much money I had poured into this car, and I'll never know. So I was mad about all that. But the part of the truth that I'm facing this morning, this notion that he kept finding out that the previous repair was not the root of the problem, means that he had misdiagnosed. He continually misdiagnosed what the problem was and missed the fact that the car was unrepairable, which meant that all the previous repairs had been throwing money down the toilet. They made no difference and were irrelevant because he replaced the whole motor finally. So my personal time in El Diamante was very rich and healing, perfect. I'll never regret having spent those 3 months there. But if I tell myself the true story, and I've said all the rest of it to my friend Miguel, who was his friend, much to created a tremendous amount of conflict between us because he didn't like hearing all that. I don't know if I'll say this last part to him because our relationship has gone pretty much away. But the truth is that he not only was a terrible businessman, he was a disastrously bad mechanic. And I paid very dearly for it.